Think about this for a second. This morning, you may have opened Netflix, watched an episode. Then later tonight, you open Netflix again. And over the weekend, you binge a few more episodes. Sounds completely normal, right? But there's something most people don't realize. Every single time you hit the play button, Netflix makes money. Not a few cents, but billions of dollars every year. How can a company that simply lets people watch movies become one of the most powerful media businesses in the world? And here's where the story gets really interesting. Netflix isn't actually selling movies. What it's selling is far more valuable. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Netflix makes money and why it has become a massive money-making machine. Let's go back to 1997. A very different world from today. No YouTube, no Facebook, no TikTok. The internet was still in its early days, and Netflix had just been founded, but not in the form we know today. There was no streaming, no online movies, no continue watching button. Netflix was simply a DVD rental company. Customers would visit the website, choose a movie. Netflix would mail the DVD directly to their home. After watching it, they would send it back. It doesn't sound particularly special, but their competitor certainly was. Blockbuster, a movie rental empire with more than 9,000 stores. At the time, Blockbuster dominated the market. Almost everyone thought Netflix would fail. But Netflix noticed something important. Customers absolutely hated late fees, and Blockbuster was making a fortune from them. Netflix decided to do the opposite. They completely eliminated late fees. A small change, but one that made a huge difference. Customers loved it, and Netflix began to grow. Then in the year 2000, something remarkable happened. Netflix offered to sell itself to Blockbuster for just $50 million. Blockbuster declined. Today, that decision is considered one of the worst business mistakes in history, because years later, Netflix became worth hundreds of billions of dollars, while Blockbuster almost completely disappeared. But the biggest turning point was still ahead. In 2007, Netflix transitioned to streaming, and that decision changed everything. If you asked a random person, how does Netflix make money? Most people would say, subscriptions. And technically, they're right. But that's only the tip of the iceberg. What makes Netflix special isn't the subscription fee itself. It's how Netflix uses the model. You pay every month, and Netflix gives you access to its content library. Sounds simple, but look at it from a business perspective. A movie only needs to be produced once, yet it can serve millions of people, tens of millions, even hundreds of millions. The production cost happens once, but revenue keeps flowing in. This month, next year. This is the power of recurring revenue. And it's the type of revenue nearly every business dreams of having, because it's highly predictable. Netflix can forecast future revenue with impressive accuracy. That's a huge advantage. But if subscriptions were the whole story, Netflix wouldn't be nearly this powerful. This is the most important part of the video. Netflix doesn't sell movies, at least not in the way most people think. Netflix sells attention. Think about it. You only have 24 hours in a day. After sleeping, after working, after eating, you only have a few hours left. Netflix wants those hours. YouTube wants them too. TikTok wants them. Facebook wants them. Spotify wants them. In reality, Netflix isn't just competing with Disney. It's competing with everything that wants your time. In today's digital economy, attention is the most valuable resource. Whoever captures attention wins. Netflix understands this better than almost anyone. That's why it invests billions of dollars into data. Every time you watch a movie, Netflix learns something new about you. What genres you enjoy, what time you usually watch, which actors you prefer, Which shows you abandon halfway through? How many episodes you binge in one sitting? Everything gets recorded. Everything gets analyzed. And the goal is simple: keep you engaged longer. Because the longer you stay, the less likely you are to cancel your subscription. Many people look at Netflix's budget and assume the company is spending too much. Every year, Netflix spends billions of dollars on content, but Netflix doesn't see content as an expense. It sees content as an investment. Imagine this. If every streaming platform offered the exact same movies, which one would you choose? Probably the cheapest one. But what if only Netflix had the show you wanted to watch? Everything changes. Now you have a reason to subscribe. That's the power of exclusive content. A successful show doesn't just generate views, it attracts new customers, retains existing customers, reduces cancellations, and creates a competitive advantage. In other words, Netflix uses content to buy your time. However, Netflix isn't unbeatable. Years ago, it had almost no competitors. Today is a different story. Disney+, Prime Video, Apple TV+, Max, Paramount+. Everyone is in the game, and everyone wants your attention. As a result, competition is becoming more intense. Production costs are rising. Marketing costs are rising. Customers have more choices than ever. And the scariest part is this: users can leave Netflix in seconds. One click, and the customer is gone. That's why Netflix can't stop moving. It must keep innovating, keep creating new content, keep finding ways to retain viewers. Here's something interesting. For years, Netflix refused to use advertising. The company believed ads would hurt the user experience. But recently, that changed. Netflix launched an ad-supported subscription plan, and that opened up an entirely new revenue stream. Now, Netflix earns money from viewers, and from brands, from advertisers, from businesses that want access to its audience. This could become the company's next major growth engine. So in the end, how does Netflix really make money? The simple answer is subscriptions. But the deeper answer is, Netflix makes money by owning the attention of hundreds of millions of people around the world. It uses data to understand viewers, uses content to retain viewers, and turns people's time into massive recurring revenue. Perhaps the biggest lesson from Netflix is this: in the digital age, the winner isn't the company that sells the most products. It's the company that holds people's attention the longest. And Netflix has become one of the masters of that game. If you enjoy business stories like this, make sure to hit like and subscribe, because there are many more fascinating companies waiting to be explored behind the numbers.